You know what I noticed? Time and time again, you have a TV show or a movie coming out, and there's an army of YouTubers sweating hard over a hot computer trying to explain that by watching the trailer, the TV show would sell. It is bad. And people go like a horse that is high on ivermectin going, yeah, you're just a racist bigot, you don't understand. And then the film comes out, doesn't sell, and the copium happens. Like they're coping hard in articles. Like, oh no, it's actually because the market is diluted. It's actually because such and such. The stars didn't align correctly. And we know it's not that, like for example saying that the reason that it's falling is because there's way too many superhero films. Yeah, sure. So why do people watch The Boys then? Why do people like Invincible? Why is My Hero Academia so popular? Oh, you can't explain. You can't rationalize that. Tides go in, tides go out. You can't explain that. Well, maybe I can try and explain it for you. It's the fucking identity politics. Just non-stop identity politics in every single thing. You are being incredibly preachy with all of your TV show. They have bad writing to the point where when your writers went on a strike, ChatGPT actually created more empathetic messages than the freaking writers. Like, no, seriously, like I made a video showing that, you looked at the writers on strike with their little picket signs and, that they were like, without writers, you can't even finish this sentence. Like that was their message to the public. That's how they got their sympathy. Those people cannot write if their entire livelihood depends on it. Like if you push them into famine, they cannot write. And you expect them to write something like Marvel? Get the fuck out. Yeah, again, like go to ChatGPT. I'm not even going to do it. Go to ChatGPT and type in the following prompt. I am a writer for the Writer Guild of America. I am striking because I am poorly paid. Write me a nice sign that would get the sympathy of people. You will get something much more high quality than those writers themselves. In fact, you know what? You can actually go to the benches of a high school and get a random teenager from there and get him to write, and it would be miles about what the writers that work at Marvel are writing. So that is the I mean, okay, let's analyze the show. Okay, She-Hulk, perfect example. Besides the fact that apparently she's better than the male Hulk in every single fashionable way, like she surpasses him, and she apparently has a much harder life than him. Like there is an entire segment where she has to go on and says like, "Oh, you don't know what it's like to be me, to be a woman, and to have all this rage bottled up inside." Okay, so she goes on this tirade. Right? I'm pretty sure it's very popular with the actual fans of the male Hulk. But then, like, the writers constantly say that she's an amazing lawyer. She's a perfect lawyer. It's just that everyone is holding her back. Like, but you don't understand. Like, when this woman is lawyering, she is lawyering so hard. It's like Better Call Saul. Oh my God! Like he doesn't even know what the law is compared to She-Hulk. And then you actually see her in the office. What does she do? She twerks. Right? So, like, the writers cannot write an actual scene where they would show the audience why she is a good lawyer. But they can spend money on special effects to show her twerking. So, compare this with Breaking Bad, compare this with Better Call Saul, which is a show that actually shows you Saul Goodman in the courthouse. And he actually does lawyering things in the courthouse. Like Kim from Better Call Saul, she's also a good lawyer. But the writers actually show it. Why? Because those people actually have talent. They actually know how to write. Meanwhile, at Marvel, the writers will just state, oh, well, she's an amazing writer because she's a woman. She was born correctly. Like, the moment you have a vagina, you get law school downloaded into your brain. And because of that, like she is just the best. And if you don't believe that, it's because you're a misogynistic pig. Now watch her twerk. So this is the reason. It's the writing, the identity politics. And by the way, identity politics doesn't even vibrate with people outside America. Like notice how Marvel is a brand that's renowned across the world. Like, you can go to Africa, and you're going to have people over there that know who Iron Man is. But your identity politics only apply to the West. Like if you try to talk about Romania, like the plight of the African American within the United States, and you have Romanians looking at that, and they live in much more poorer conditions, and they're looking at the wealth and the quality of life that people live in an American ghettos benefit. Like, if you think an American ghetto is bad, come to Eastern Europe for a little bit. I'll take you to a rural village where people don't even have water. And then we can discuss and we can talk about who's more oppressed. It's actually funny. I think it was Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Like, he actually traveled to Africa. Like his life is very interesting. His life is very fascinating. I encourage people to read it. But in the beginning, he was a very progressive individual, much like most of the people championing identity politics today. And then he goes to Africa. And when he comes back, you know what he said? He said that thank God my grandfather got in that boat, because he compared his life in the United States with what he actually saw in Africa. So he realized that he actually has a better life here. A lot of the media doesn't like to talk about that. Whenever they talk about him, they talk about his early life. They don't like to talk about... So my point is, like if you're going to show, this is a huge injustice, like you don't understand how bad minorities have it in America, it doesn't resonate with the rest of the world who have it worse than the minorities in America. Does that make any sense? Like for example, you show me that the worst thing a woman in America has is the fact that people do not believe she's a good lawyer, and she's getting like a couple of casual racist and sexist remarks here and there. And then you compare with what happens with women in other parts of the world who get arrested if they don't cover their head, right? Or they suffer a lot harsher treatments at the hands of people that are into human trafficking and stuff. It's like, how do you expect this movie to resonate? If you show like some mugger mugging someone, that resonates around the world. Like, you show a mugger that's stealing from someone, it doesn't matter what culture, no, they will look at that and they will say, yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen to me, I hope the mugger gets caught. So when Daredevil comes down and apprehends the mugger and returns the stolen valuables to the person that the mugger stole, every culture, every person around the world is like, yeah, Daredevil is the good guy. Do you know who doesn't do that? The progressives. Apparently there was a lady that was writing Daredevil and she said, no, like the first thing Daredevil needs to do is to assess the situation and to see who does the mugging, because maybe they're from a background where get the fuck out. Like they actually did that in DC, in the Batman. So there was a thing with Batman where there were like riots, and Batman is like, I'm not going to judge these people that are stealing televisions and stuff because they're poor. I'm thinking like, yeah, that's probably not what the original Batman would have done. Just like justifying stealing from a store. And Batman actually goes and says, well, the stores have insurance and shit. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.